That looks like we got another CLI leakage job for FEC at the business. This one goes across this busy road. This drop goes to that pole and then connects to the side of the house here, or the side of the business. Comes down and goes over to the back. The drop, which this is the drop here, it's looks pretty old. I mean, this paint's just based on the paint. The paint's already fallen off and it's hard as a rock, so the drop doesn't feel too hard. But on the back side, we got this splitter here. Looks pretty old as well. They got two modems, both with failing SNR levels and scope. Let me see, let me pull my scope up so you can see it. This one's got, I mean, this one's not too bad. It's just got one level there, but the other one has a couple that are failing, I think. No, it was failing, but now it's just one that's failing. One. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. There was like a bunch that was failing a minute ago. It refreshed and fixed itself some. I don't know if the modems are sitting next to each other, if the splitter needs to be there, or if they're in different spots. So I'm gonna unhook one leg off the splitter and see if that drops both the modems. And that'll tell me if they're sitting side by side with like another splitter inside, or if they're like a splitter here for no reason. But we're probably gonna have to replace that drop, which is gonna be a fun one because it goes across a really busy road. Okay, well, I unhooked one of the cables off that splitter, and only one of the modems went unreachable when I did that. Let me check the other one again just to be safe. Yeah, this one, only one of the modems went unreachable with the ping state, so this splitter is splitting the signal between two different lines, so the modems aren't together, they're not side by side. They look like crap too. I'm gonna hook up to each of these individually and see which one is really bad on SNR. Hopefully not both of them, but I guess we'll see. Okay, well, I just hooked up to the one that I had unhooked, and this is the ingress scans. What we're seeing, pretty bad. At least, oh yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, it's not excessive because it would just be popping up red and saying excessive, but it is very bad. I'm gonna try the other one now. This is what I'm seeing with the other line. Not as bad as the other one is. Still failing, but not as bad. I'm gonna see why there's two different modems. See why they're in two different spots, and maybe, you know, remove one of the lines out of the equation. That way, you know, because we have 4-line phone modems for businesses now, so there's no sense in having two different modems unless there's something like specific going on here, like why there's two different modems in two different spots. But I'll go in there and figure that out here in a second, and we'll see what we can do with it. But we're going to definitely have to replace these lines. Both of the lines, because they have to stay where they're at. So we're going to replace the one that's running back this way with the drop. It runs down this wall right there, keeps going. It comes in right here. So we'll tie on here and pull it in, run it across, just clips and stuff. And then the other line, it goes off of this splitter, runs along this wall, down in right there with the HVAC stuff, like right next to that stuff, and it goes in, and then there's another modem there. Okay, so we got this first line ran that runs down, and it comes into this hole here, and it goes in behind like a rack for cigarettes in a gas station, because this is like a gas station. I have no idea how it pulled, because that rack could not move that rack. I got so lucky. It pulled right through. I mean, it was a bit of a pull. You had to put some elbow grease into it, but it pulled. So now we got our house box up there. Got it grounded. Got the one line hooked up. Now we have to replace the one that goes this way and comes down into this hole here. I just have to get the person working the counter to give me the key so I can unlock the door down here. And then we'll start replacing this one. Okay, we just got into the basement. That line should be coming up through here. I don't see the other modem anywhere. At least it's cool down here. It is a hot one outside today. I'm already soaked in sweat. I just gotta find this modem now. I don't see it anywhere, but I'll find it. Well, after tracking this line all over the basement through all these broken ceiling and stuff, just by pulling on lines in certain spots, I finally found it, and it's right here. So this line's bad. So we need to replace this one as well. Yeah, because it's pretty tight on there. It was tight, and it's only finger tight, but this line's still bad. So now we have to replace it, and fishing a new line through this broken ass drop ceiling should be fun. Alright, well, we got that other line ran as well, the one that comes through there. Fished it through all that drop ceiling. I'm pretty sure a cockroach fell out of the drop ceiling on me, so yeah, I definitely didn't freak the fuck out in there. But we got the new line ran. Comes up to the splitter here. I just need to check the levels on the equipment. Well, there's still SNR on both of the modems, even though, you know, we cleaned up those bad lines. So I'm gonna have to replace the drop. I was hoping to not have to. Mainly because of this busy road that it goes across to. It goes from the building here to the bump pole, and then across the road where it goes to that tap right over there. But that's a pretty busy road. It's coming right off a main highway. We'll see how that goes. Tested the poles, they both test fine, so I can't get out of doing this. I'm gonna go ahead and do it and replace these drops. The only thing that sucks is I only get 13 points for this job. I've already been here for an hour and a half replacing these outlets. So yeah, it's unfortunate that time on job is a metric that I'm marked on.